Celine, Cher, Barbara, Bono. Some people you just know with one word, one name. This is Diane Davis, and I'm out and about, and today it's about Banachek.
One name, legally one name, only one name.
One name.
Yeah. It's me and Teller in town.
Okay. Now,
Teller's one name too.
okay.
Yeah.
And you're a mentalist.
I am a mentalist, yeah.
Is that what you call yourself?
I call myself a mentalist because I take my 5 known senses, I create the illusion of having a 6th sense. In other words, I create the illusion of being a psychic. If I was a psychic, I would say I'm a psychic. But as a mentalist, I do tricks to duplicate those things.
I've seen your show more than once. I saw the show, and then I went back and saw it 3 weeks later because I couldn't believe the stuff you did. I decided that you weren't a magician, you weren't a mentalist, you were an alien with superpowers.
Hey, sometimes it looks like that, right?
Okay, and let me tell you, folks, because you're thinking to yourself, well, where can I see this man with one name, Banachek? At the Strat.
We take mentalism to new heights at the Strat.
When?
6 days a week, dark on Tuesdays, 5 p.m. One show a day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell people what you do. Well, you get someone from the audience and you tell them, woman, the first guy she ever dated.
Sure, I tell them, first I can tell us social security numbers, birth dates, all of that within the context of a show itself.
Yeah.
I actually started out pretending to be a genuine psychic back in the 1970s and 1980s because scientists that have been for years, there's no evidence of ESP on a proper scientific protocol. And it was my contention, hey, had nothing to do with protocol, it had to do with their biases. And so I went in for 4 years, convinced scientists I was a genuine psychic, only to come out and say it was all a hoax. And so what I do isn't your typical mentalism show.
It's a hoax.
It's a hoax, but it's also, it looks very, very psychic. It doesn't look like tricks. It looks like it's
Okay,
genuine.
let's go back in
Sure.
time. You're a kid.
Yep.
Growing up.
If you can call it that. Yeah, I mean, my mom...
Where?
My mom abandoned me in South Africa with 2 brothers, a year and 3 years old.
Wow.
Raised them by myself until I was 15. Hence the reason I was able to think outside the box and create things. I mean, you see these books right here. These are all full of mentalism tricks. And if you see any mentalism work today, even the DVDs over there, you see any mentalist work
How to
today.
read people's minds.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Psychological
subtleties.
Subtleties.
3. Look who wrote it, folks. Banachek.
Yeah.
Okay.
These are best-selling books in the mentalism world. Like I said,
Wow.
you see any mentalists in town,
Okay.
even the guys that are working in town, they're all using my stuff. And I'm very honored that they're doing that. It's very, very nice of them that they are doing that. And the stuff works.
What about, we're skipping around, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
Russian roulette?
Yeah,
so I'm the first mentalist to do Russian roulette.
all right, you want to
with
explain
knives.
to the folks what I'm talking about?
Sure.
Because,
So if you come to the show, you're going to see that I have 5 knives. 2 of them are extended. 3 of them have been closed. They're in sealed, I can't speak. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, by vowel. Identical envelopes. They're mixed up, and then 5 people come up on stage, and they select any envelope they want. They don't know if they have a deadly weapon or not. My prediction that's been sitting there the whole time is opened by another spectator. It might say 2 and 3 have deadly knives. 2 and 3 stand back. I lay on a table. The other ones, they stab me in the stomach.
I've seen it more than once.
And the 2, hopefully, so far, the 2 left are deadly. I have had an accident. I actually cut myself a few months ago right here, about a quarter of the way through this hand. But it had nothing to do with the stabbing. It had to do with me stabbing one of those knives into a block of wood and it closing on my hand by accident because a piece of wood chopped off. Yeah.
But I have seen other performers in town do similar.
You have seen them, and it all comes from me originally. In fact, there's a lot of performers, including David Blaine, who got hurt recently. A lot of them, they've had mishaps. They've taken their hand, held it over a knife, slammed it down, it's gone right through their hand.
So when you have a routine
Yep.
that you do in the show like that, do they just go see the show and then figure it out and do it themselves, or do they buy the rights from you, or how does that work?
It depends, doesn't it? Because I've written a lot of books. Anything that's in my books they can use. And I put most of my stuff in there. Now, the knife roulette is one thing I have kept for myself. But there are people that do different versions of it.
Yeah.
So I can't really stop them because you can't really trademark or copyright a trick. You have to be like Teller, and you have to put it within a routine. And if somebody's doing that
We'll
routine,
come back to
it's
Teller
different.
a little bit. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're in South Africa raising your brothers.
Yeah.
You're a teenager.
Yep.
What next?
Well, my mom
We
and
want to
dad-
get from there
All right.
To hear.
So my mom abandoned me with 2 brothers. I was raising them, and then there was a gentleman on the radio. We didn't have TV then, back in South Africa then, by the name of Uri Geller. And Geller claimed he could bend and move objects with his mind, and he was going to help the people at home do the exact same thing. Go get a piece of metal, he said. I went around the house, got myself a little needle, brought it to the radio, concentrated on it really hard, and I believed I'd actually bent it minutely. Now, it was on a micro level, but I believed, I mean, why wouldn't I want to have superhuman powers, and why wouldn't I want to convince my brothers I had that, right? So I convinced myself I had done it, and then I picked up a book by James.
I see that you have some...
I do, yes. So maybe I'll do something for you if we have time.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I picked up a book by Randy, and it said Geller was nothing but a fraud and a cheat. And I went, what? And from there, I started creating mentalist methods myself that became better than what Geller were doing and other people were doing. I was able to convince scientists for 4 years I was a genuine psychic to come out and say it was all an illusion.
Wow.
And then I started performing. And here I am in Las Vegas, headlining. And speaking of which, Diane, so you came to my very first show, I think. Okay, August 4th, my 500th show.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Actually, August 4th, 2-year anniversary.
Okay.
September, it'll be the 500th
Okay.
show coming up.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's been a while.
All right. So we've got about 3 minutes left.
3 minutes? All right.
Let's see if we can...
All right, Diane, let me see if I can do something for you. Diane, I got a few forks here. Take one of these.
This one.
All right. Now, you and I, we're going to see if we can actually do this, all right? But make sure that... No, I'm going to show you how to do it. Watch me, watch. You just shake it like that, and you believe it's going to bend. Watch what happens. Watch that time.
Oh my goodness.
See? Just like that. And check them out. I mean, these are real forks. They came from Denny's. They didn't actually come from Denny's. Well, let's look at your fork. Watch.
Oh, come on.
Okay, Diane, I'm going to do one for you that's impossible to do. Okay, physically, like it doesn't matter how strong you are, you won't be able to do it. So we're going to do this. Look above my thumb and forefinger right there. Ready? Watch. And I'm going to shake it like that. Concentrate on it and watch. It's going to start to twist. And there we go, all the way around.
Oh my goodness.
Completely.
Folks, this is crazy.
And these are not trick forks, Diane. I promise you.
Yeah.
I don't use hidden cameras. I don't use stooges. None of those things in my show.
And I've seen you do this with kids.
I love doing it with kids. If you have a kid that's 6
Now,
years
what
old
age
or older,
can
six
come-
and up.
Okay.
6 and up. I mean, you can do younger, but if it's a baby and
No,
it
but to
cries,
bring them-
take it out. But for them to really get it, like 6-year-olds, they've got TV shows that have
Yeah.
supernatural powers on them and psychic powers. So these kids get it, and they come to the show, and every show I bring a kid up on stage, and it's actually my personal favorite moment of the entire show. I give them the ability to do what I just did
And the
here.
looks on their faces is
It's
well, the
precious.
looks on everyone's faces when you do this.
Yeah, but the kids, when
What's your
the
favorite?
kid's doing there and they're rubbing it, and all of a sudden they go, oh, I'm doing it. It's
What's your favorite
That's
trick?
my favorite.
That's your
That's
favorite?
my favorite. Well, it's my favorite moment, not my favorite
Do you
trick.
change the act?
I do, actually. In fact, if you come back now, you're going to see there's a few differences. The end of September, you see me do a blindfold routine that I've done forever. That's coming out, so I can put a couple of other things in, because I am at my max time. I'm going over every night.
How long is the show?
The show is 70 minutes. It's not supposed to be 70 minutes. It's usually about 75.
Okay.
Yeah. My problem is I love entertaining for people. I always want to give them more. I want to give them more than what they expected, but I only have so much time to do it in.
Speaking of time off. What's your favorite way of relaxing in Vegas?
I don't have a way to relax. I'm working every day, and on my days off, I'm here, like with you, although I do have a show tonight. But I don't know. You know what I found recently? Because I got married 2 years ago.
Congratulations, I
And
remember.
my wife, she's a precision crossbow act, shoots apples off people's heads. Her name's Anna.Dangerous. You can look it up on social media.
Anna.Dangerous. By the way, where do we look you up?
Banachek. Anything Banachek. Banachek. 1 C.
One word?
1 C and one
One
word.
name?
Yeah, 1 C. But I go out hiking a lot. She takes me out hiking. We go up to in the wintertime.
Mount Charleston?
In the wintertime, we go up to Lee Canyon by
Right.
Mount Charleston, and we sled, and we have a
Okay.
good time up there. But I just went up to Mount Charleston, and I went on a hike I've never been on before. There's a place up there called Angel Falls, and you go, and I've gone halfway before, and I'm going, oh man, I'm so tired. It's going to be a little trickle, and then I get up there, and it's waterfalls, beautiful, in a big cave. It was
Now
a
we've
good
got
payoff.
about like 30 seconds left, but tell everybody real quick about your daughter and what she does.
So my daughter, she's 9 years old. What doesn't she do? She's an expert martial arts.
And her name is?
Her name's Ariane.
Hi, Ariane.
Yeah, she does weapons training, flexibility. She's amazing with the flexibility. Like she could be in Cirque du Soleil now already.
And what does she think of your act?
She loves it. She loves it, but she's a performer herself. I mean, she's lead singer in a band, a
She
rock and
let-
roll band, AC/DC, Led Zeppelin, Joan Jett.
So she loves your act. I love your act.
Thank you.
Everyone else is going to love your act. So go see Banachek at the Strat.
At the Strat, 6 days a week, dark on Tuesdays, 5 p.m. We take mentalism to new heights.
This has been great. This has been Diane Davis.